for today's card, we're going to start with the base of real red. That's going to start at 5.5 by 8.5, and I've scored it at 4.25 inches. And I've taken a piece of Whisper White that's going to be 4 inches by 5.25 inches, and I ran it through the Perfect Polka Dots embossing folder with my Big Shot. And I'm just going to layer this onto the front of that real red cardstock. The next thing I'm going to do is take a piece of Whisper White that's going to be 2 inches by 3 inches, and a piece of real red that's going to be 2.25 inches by 3.25 inches. I'm going to do some stamping. So from the Wordplay stamp set, I'm going to use the Christmas saying, and I'm going to ink it up on the right hand side of this Whisper White. So get it really good and inked up, and put it all the way over to that right hand side. Okay, then you're going to want to grab your snail. I'm just going to put adhesive onto that real red and layer this Whisper White on top. This is then going to get layered onto my card with some dimensionals. Oops. Oh wow, and it landed non-sticky side down. That was perfect. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do one in the middle since this is kind of a longer piece of cardstock. Peel off the little papers off the back. And this is going to go onto the right hand side of my card. Alright, now I'm going to use a snowflake. So I cut this out of the big Snowflake die using the Big Shot out of a Coke can. Alright, so I did ahead of time just so you didn't have to watch it, but then you'll have to go through and poke out these little circles that come through. So I'm going to take a mini glue dot. I'm just going to pick that up right in the middle of that metal. I'm just going to lay it on the card to where this is not, the sentiment is not covered by my snowflake. And so it's going to tack on right to the edge of that layer of cardstock. So that's why I cut the cardstock to be a little bit bigger than what I really needed for just the sentiment. Alright, then I'm going to take a piece of real red cardstock and the Scallop Circle Punch. Punch that out. Then I have the 1.25 inch circle punch and a little scrap of Whisper White. So these are going to get layered together. Then I'm going to take one of my favorite buttons, especially for Christmas. These are the Holly Berry Bouquet, so you get all red and green. So if you haven't already ordered all the stuff to do your Christmas cards, this is a perfect package of buttons to do. And then I'm just taking a scrap piece of Whisper White, and I'm cutting all the way to the edge. I'm just cutting the narrowest little strip. Now I'll tell you why I'm cutting on the left-hand side. I'm right-handed, so if I was going to cut over here, I really can't see how much is being cut off. So you wind up going all wonky and crazy. But if you'll cut on the left-hand side of your cardstock, you'll be able to see exactly how much you're cutting off. Alright, so I have that little teeny tiny strip of Whisper White, and I'm going to thread it down through the top of the button and back up through the other side. And I want to pull this, and you have to be very gentle when you're pulling, but I want it kind of in the middle. Okay, then I'm going to take these and just tie this in a knot, just a single knot. Alright, then I've got the file, the round file from the Distressing Toolkit. This is one of my favorite things to use. And it's weird because I hardly ever use it as a file. I normally use it as a round stick. But I like that it has grooves in it so my cardstock doesn't slip off of it. Okay, and then just gently pull. Then we'll do the other side. And you can tighten them up as you need to. Alright, so now let's get this all layered together. I'm going to use another dimensional in the center of my snowflake and put my red element right there. Then I'm going to grab a mini glue dot for this button and put this right into the center. and then I can work on my curly cues a little bit more. Then you can go through, because this is metallic, or metal, not necessarily metallic, but metal, go through and bend your snowflakes however you want them to be. Alright, and then for the inside, I just took another piece of Whisper White that's 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and I'm just going to tuck this in here. And the only other thing I'm going to do is take some of the Dazzling Details, and I'm going to make my ornament pretty blingy. And that, my friends, is a very simple and easy Christmas card that you can make.